Introduction to Mathematics, Glossary of Mathematical Terms Part 1. Introduction. Welcome to the Introduction to Mathematics course, part of the Branches of Sciences course series. In these lessons, you will be introduced to basic fundamentals and important vocabulary terms used to discuss topics involving numbers, performing calculations, and other common mathematical concepts. These lessons are intended to serve as a reference for vocabulary learning. We will not be going into deep explanation about mathematics here. It is strongly recommended to follow the course in its entirety from beginning to end to get the full benefit. In this part of the course, Glossary of Mathematical Terms, we will be defining more than 100 mathematical terms in alphabetical order. In this lesson, Part 1, we will be covering terms from A to D. For more, visit www.practicalenglishwithdarcy.blogspot.com. Addition is the process of calculating the total of two or more numbers or amounts. To add is to put together two or more numbers or amounts to calculate their total value. Sum. Algebra. Algebra is one of the branches of mathematics using letters and symbols. These letters and symbols are used to represent numbers and quantities in formulae and equations, and they are called variables. Arithmetic operations can be performed on these variables. Amount, a quantity of something, especially the total of a thing or things in number, size, value, etc. Angle, the space, usually measured in degrees, between two intersecting lines or surfaces. Common angles include the right angle, equal to 90 degrees, the acute angle, less than 90 degrees, an obtuse angle, greater than 90 degrees, and a straight angle, equal to 180 degrees. Area, the two-dimensional space taken up by an object or shape, given in square units, for example square meters or square kilometers. Arithmetic. Arithmetic is the branch of mathematics, also number theory, focusing on numbers and the elementary operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division that can be performed with those numbers. Array, also series, a set of numbers that follow a pattern. Attribute, a characteristic or feature of an object, such as size, shape, color, etc. Average, the average is the same as the mean. To get an average, add up a series of numbers, and divide the sum by the total number of values to find the average. Temperature fluctuates at any moment. We need an average temperature to make sense of temperature data for our day-to-day needs. We can calculate the average high and low temperatures over the course of the time by taking temperature measurements at regular intervals, that is at sunrise, noon, dusk and midnight. Those measurements will give us a high and a low temperature for that day. To get the average of those temperatures for the month, simply add up all of the high temperatures together and divide them by the number of days in that month. Do the same for the low temperatures. These figures can then be compared with data from other months or years to make speculations and predictions. Axis, a reference line for the measurement of coordinates, for example, the x and y axis of a graph or quadrant. Base, a number used as the basis of a numeration scale. In our common base 10 number system, also called the decimal system, each digit of a number can have an integer value ranging from 0 to 9. We assign place value to digits, also called numerals. The places or positions of the numbers are based on powers of 10, for example, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 100,000, etc. In geometry, the base is the lowest line or surface upon which a shape or structure stands. Breadth, also width, the distance or measurement of the lesser of two or the least of three dimensions of an object.
Calculation, a mathematical determination of the amount or number of something. Capacity, Also volume, the volume of substance, that is a liquid, that a container will hold. We often measure solid goods by their weight, whereas we measure liquids by their volume. The liter is the common unit for measuring liquids. We will come back to units of measurement in a future lesson. Cardinal number, a number denoting quantity, 1, 2, 3, etc., as opposed to an ordinal number, first, second, third, etc., that denotes its place in a group or series. Circumference, the complete distance around a circle. Common factor. Common factors are numbers that divide exactly into two different numbers. For example, the factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. The number 16 can be evenly divided by these numbers. The factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 12. 16 and 24 share the common factors, 1, 2, 4, and 8. Composite number. Prime numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, etc. cannot be factored. That is, they do not divide evenly by any number other than itself and 1. Composite numbers are those positive integers with at least one factor aside from its own. For example, 4 and 6 are both divisible by 2, 8 is divisible by 4 and 2, 12 is divisible by 4, 3 and 2, etc. Constant number. A quantity or parameter in an equation that does not change its value whatever the value of the variables, under a given set of conditions. Constant means unchanging. Coordinate. The ordered pair of numbers that gives a precise location or position on a coordinate plane, or quadrant. In this quadrant, since the x and y lines intersect at 0, the coordinate for a reads -3, 7, 3 is negative because it sits to the left of the y-axis. C reads as 4, -5, 5 is negative because it sits below the x-axis. We read coordinates as the x value first, then the y value. Curve, a line or outline which gradually deviates from being straight for some or all of its length. Data, facts and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. Decimal, relating to or denoting a system of numbers and arithmetic based on the number 10, tenth parts, and powers of 10. Degree, the unit of an angle's measure represented with the symbol degrees. Denominator, the bottom number of a fraction. The denominator is the total number of equal parts into which the numerator is being divided. Density, the quantity of mass per unit volume of a substance. Depth, the distance from the top or surface to the bottom of something. Diagonal, a line segment that connects two vertices in a polygon. Diameter, a line that passes through the center of a circle and divides it in half. Difference, the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem, in which one number is taken away from another. Digit, digits are the numerals 0, 9 found in all numbers. In our base 10 number system, we can say that 2-digit numbers belong to the category of tens, whereas 3-digit numbers belong to the category of hundreds, 4-digit numbers belong to the category of thousands, etc. We separate large numbers with commas after the third digit. In the number 100,000, we can see that there are 3 digits after the first comma. In our decimal system, the decimal point sits at 0. In other words, the number 0.1 is a tenth of 1. 0.1 plus 0.9 equals 1. In the decimal system, the place value of digits extending out left of the decimal are thought to be larger numbers, for example 100,000, whereas digits to the right of the decimal are incredibly small because they are fractions of a single digit. For example, 0.01 is a 1/100th of 1. 0.01 plus 0.99 equals 1. Dimension, a measurable extent of a particular kind, such as length, breadth, depth, or height. A one-dimensional figure exists as a line. A two-dimensional figure exists on a plane. It can be a shape such as a square or rectangle. Three-dimensional objects include cubes and squares, etc. We will come back to the topic of shapes when we discuss geometry in greater detail. Distance, the length of the space between 2 points. Divide, to separate into parts and to find how many times a number contains another. Dividend and divisor. A dividend is a number being divided into equal parts. Inside the bracket in long division, the divisor is the number that divides another number into equal parts, outside of the bracket in long division.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please remember to follow this channel. Help us grow to reach more audiences by liking the video and sharing it. If you would like to become a VIP member, or you are interested in having a free consultation, write to us, or go to www.practicalenglishwithdarcy.blogspot.com for more.